walking alone, the streets are empty.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. It is your host, Trent James, and today I'm going to be doing a reaction video, which I don't think I've ever done on this channel before. But that was kind of the reason why I started this channel a few years ago, not only to talk about the corruption and stuff like that from the county that I'm from and the area that I policed, but also to kind of explain to the public why cops do and say the things that they do, why some of these things get done. And today's video is specifically going to be on a traffic enforcement stop. Rapper and actor Ice-T got pulled over by a deputy sheriff in the state of New Jersey a couple days ago. And I'm going to talk about that interaction here in a second. But I also do these to, like I said, not only to explain to the public, like kind of like what's going on in the law enforcement side of things, maybe what's going on in this guy's brain, in the cop's brain, but also for people that are currently in law enforcement or thinking about getting into that profession, and maybe how you can go about behaving more appropriately, being more respectful, and doing your job better. Because as we all know, historically, cops have the stigma of not being nice whatsoever. And I've personally experienced it not only growing up, but also when I was in law enforcement, getting pulled over off duty, especially by the highway patrol. And these guys just need a refresher course on how to talk to human beings. You know what I mean? We all know, we've all been there, right? So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to give you my honest opinion on this entire thing. Like I said, I'm not in law enforcement anymore. I don't care. I have friends that are cops. Ice-T, I don't have any feelings about this guy one way or another. So it's just going to be my personal opinion. Doesn't mean it's the right one. So settle down. Okay, let's get into it.
How's it going, sir?
What's up, officer?
Officer Silla, Hudson County Sheriff's Office. Let you know you're being recorded, okay?
I'm headed to the DMV. This is where I'm going to get all my registration and everything straight on this car.
And you know your registration expired since 2021.
That's where I'm going. I'm headed right there.
When did you decide to go and change?
Yesterday. I went yesterday, but they...
Yeah, but what I'm saying is your registration been expired since 2021.
The car's been parked.
Are you sure?
Yeah, of course I'm sure. That's why I'm trying to get this car set up to roll. Yesterday I went to the DMV and they said that their system was down, so that's where I'm headed.
Okay, so a couple things so far really quick. I think the initial reason for the stop was that he had no front license plate on his Porsche. Porsches don't come with front plates, man. Like more high-end, top-of-the-line cars like that aren't going to come with the front license plate. Like even a couple of my vehicles that I've had prior that were a little bit nicer, not even as nice as that Porsche, didn't have a front plate on them. They just don't come factory made like that. They'll have like little tiny indentations where you can drill your own holes into the front of your very expensive bumper. Nobody's going to do that, right? So is that a good reason for a stop? Because it's a violation of the law? Yeah, like of course it is. I used to stop people for that all the time. Was I issuing tickets for it? Absolutely not. Because I'm not a nerd and I never did things or got people in trouble for things that I did myself. But again, it is a decent, reason in the book to pull somebody over. But this cop, like kind of, I don't really like his attitude already. I mean, it's kind of like interrogation mode. He's like, "Are you sure?" Like, yeah, like it's pretty straightforward, right? Like he said, he's going to the DMV and he's like to kind of go into that, like, "Are you sure?" Why do you have to have an attitude right off the bat, man? You know what I mean? That's just, I hate that shit.
I got 7 cars. I'm trying to get them all straight.
You say you went through DMV yesterday? They said the system is down?
Yesterday, yep.
What time was your appointment yesterday?
I didn't have an appointment. They just take me.
You need to have an appointment to go to DMV.
I don't need one.
Why is that?
Because they know me.
Because they know you. Is your passport? Do you have a driver's license with you?
Yep. I'm getting that. That's expired.
So you have your license expired as well?
That's why I'm going to the DMV.
Sir, even if it's 1 feet, you cannot drive with an expired license and expired registration.
I mean, why don't you follow me right to this garage right here? The DMV is right there. You don't gotta be that serious about this. I mean, you can, but you don't have to.
Well, is it serious? So, give me 1 second.
All right. So his car registration had been expired since 2021, 4 years prior. And I don't know about the state of New Jersey, but in the state of California, anything that past 6 months expiration, we had the legal authority to tow the vehicle. Right. And so it's probably something similar over there. But either way, 4 years is way too long. And then the fact that he has an expired driver's license. So to play kind of like devil's advocate here for the cop, it's like, you know, should you be operating a motor vehicle, driving on a roadway with an expired driver's license and expired registration on your vehicle? No. Like, is it against the law? Yeah. You're going to have a lot of the justice warriors, hitting the keyboards hard as shit. Like, oh, he's not above the law. You can't be doing that just because you're iced tea doesn't mean that you can, be violating the law. The laws are in place for a reason, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, laws are in place for a reason, man. Usually it's to generate money, when it comes to these certain vehicle codes. So where do you think a portion of these funds for vehicle registration, driver's license renewal, and all sorts of those things go, especially the registration component, right? It goes to the state. And if you're issuing tickets, that goes to, the city, in some cases, the county, the state as well. So a lot of that is money driven. It's not because it's like the right thing to do. It's not like, it's a crime, robbery, burglary, homicide, kidnapping, whatever, right? It doesn't fall into that same spectrum. So you can't judge it the same right off the bat. Now, I've pulled people over a million times, right, for expired registration and no driver's license and stuff like that. And to go to Ice-T's point here, like, you don't have to be that serious about it. I mean, you can, but you don't have to, right? And he's absolutely right. Like, it's not, in the grander scheme of things, is this a very serious offense? Absolutely not, right? I already know how I would handle probably this exact scenario, as long as the person's being cool. They pass the attitude test, which is a really huge thing. It's like, why would you hook somebody up or give your discretion to an individual that's going to be a dick right out of the gate, right? And you're not going to do that. Discretion exists for a reason. It's like you choose to do it. And this cop here, first of all, I don't know why this deputy is doing traffic enforcement. I know that some of them do that in certain areas of the country in different states. Where I worked, we didn't do that at all. Like, we were real cops. We had things to get, like calls to go to and stuff like that. Did I pull people over and issued 5 or less tickets in my entire career? Yeah. Have I towed cars? Yeah, but not for that. And so it's just confusing to me why he's doing this to begin with. But like I said, certain towns of certain population size, and what your command staff wants you to do, it just setups can be different. So that's probably why he's doing this to begin with. But yeah, it's not that serious right out the gate. If this gentleman, whoever, or woman, whatever it's going to be, that's being cool, more than likely what I'm going to do right off the bat, just to tell you, I'm going to say, you can't drive. Like, I don't know what you're doing. Like, first of all, you can go get a temporary operating permit or registration for your vehicle, so you can get it to in New Jersey. I think you have to get probably yearly inspection for the vehicle, get it smogged and all that kind of stuff. So you have to have the ability to transport your vehicle, even though you don't have registration. But you're probably going to have to get somebody else to do that. So he has to get his driver's license squared away first prior to being able to do that. But I just be like, dude, you can't drive. So park the car, as long as it's parked safe and legally, which it would be in that parking lot. Have somebody else come pick it up and him up, take him to the DMV, or he can walk since he's almost there, and then it's all good. And then I'd bounce. A lot of times what I would do too, I would just simply be like, you can't drive. This car can't be on the roadway. You're in a parking lot though. We'll just leave it here and I'm going to leave. Whatever you do from there is on you, but I'm telling you, you can't do these things, right? Because as a cop, you cannot watch somebody just get back in the car and drive, knowing that they're not licensed and insured, and there's no legit registration on the vehicle and that kind of a thing. But that's how I would have handled that for sure. And I've done that a million times.
I could park the car right here and then walk to the DMV.
It's 5-6. I'm good. I'm with our
Those are all the things.
You said you have other vehicles registered?
I have 7 vehicles.
Okay.
Receipt. Do you want me to start the hood?
It's 5-6. It's the standby. You could have drive the other vehicle who was registered and get this one registered.
Can I handle this? Can I handle this? You gonna take me to jail?
I'm not gonna take you to jail.
Okay, can I park the car here and walk to the DMV?
I'm gonna tow your vehicle. It's
No,
expired.
you're not finna tow my vehicle. Let me park my car right here.
You're not gonna move your car, sir. You give me your keys right now, and I'm gonna tow your vehicle. You try to be more respectful with me, I'm gonna respect you the same way.
Well, then let me. You see, I'm going to.
No, you're not gonna tell me what to do. I'm gonna tell you what to do. So give me your keys right now. If you're gonna go that route.
I asked you, can I park my car?
I said
here?
not. Give me your keys, sir.
If I'm not under arrest, then I'm getting out of my car. Give me my paperwork here. Fucking.
No, don't touch me. Don't
Give me
like that.
Give me my paperwork. Get this on camera. This motherfucker is. I'm a foot away from DMV.
Keep your distance.
You are a fucking asshole.
I'm not an asshole. You've been an asshole to me.
I'm an asshole. I'm trying to get to the DMV. I showed you all the paperwork. Let me start recording your dumb ass.
So 5-6, start the hook and start another unit.
You're in the parking lot for Dunkin' Donuts, right?
Yeah, man. Just like Ice-T said, dude, just let me park my car right here, right? Yeah, absolutely. At that point, and the cop, this dude, I didn't look up his name, but you be more see in his brain, Ice-T just failed that attitude test that I was talking about. So he's getting frustrated, right? The cop is. So he's like, you be more respectful with me and I'll be more respectful with you. In my opinion, up until this point, Ice-T's been completely normal and respectful, man. Like I pulled people over that have immediately started cussing me out. You know, it doesn't happen very often, but you know, why the fuck are you pulling me over? I didn't do shit, blah, 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 blah. I've had those. You know what I mean? And 99.9% of the time, somebody has something in the vehicle that they shouldn't, drugs, weapons, whatever, especially where I worked. That's why they were giving you attitude to kind of deflect. And they thought that they were psychologically being intelligent. Never worked out. But he's being pretty damn cool this whole time. He's just saying, look, I have 7 cars. This one's been parked, which is totally understandable. That happens. I'm just trying to go to the DMV. But again, you can't be driving, right? But at the same time, he's not giving attitude that I can see. That's just my opinion. But to have the officer go that extra step to saying, be respectful with me and I'll be respectful with you. Why, bro? Why? What are you doing? You're not a highway guy. You don't need to be an asshole, right? Like go back to the academy, learn how to talk to people. I hate this shit. It's so annoying. And just really quick, that's what made the cop mad, right? He's like, you're not going to tow my car. But he was just kind of, he wasn't, it didn't come off as in like he was telling him what to do. It was more of like, come on, man, you're not going to tow my car, right? Like that's kind of how I took it. But this cop obviously took it as in he was getting told what to do. And cops, they don't like to be told what to do, right? I didn't like to be told what to do either, but that's not what's happening here. But to use your like anger, you know what I mean, unjustifiably so, to tow somebody's vehicle just because you think that they have some sort of attitude issue with you right up, like when they don't, that's crazy.
So what happened, Sarge?
What's up, Sarge?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm trying to get to DMV to register my cars.
Okay.
I got all the paperwork and everything there. I asked the officer, could I just go over here or even park my car so that I could walk over there, get all my paperwork together. He says he wants to tow my car.
All right, give me a second. Let me find out what's going on here, and then we'll figure something out, okay?
Okay.
Right.
You're doing a little too much, Sarge.
Okay. So what I was gonna do is just issue him a ticket, let him park here. Okay. He jumped out of the vehicle. He didn't even ask me. He came so close to me, and he said he called me an asshole. He called me an asshole, and he said, "Give me all your paperwork right now."
All
right. And everything's been recorded, and your vehicle's been towed, and you're receiving tickets.
Did you guys hear that? He said that he was going to, first of all, this guy's a sergeant, right? You hear Ice-T say it, but he also has the sergeant stripes on his shoulder. So this is the guy that just pulled up is this cop's supervisor. So did you hear him say it though? I was going to give him a ticket and let him park it here, but he jumped out and called me an asshole, and then now I'm going to tow it. That's not what happened, dude. You just fucking lied. You told him straight up you were going to tow the car. because you have some sort of, thinks that he has some sort of imaginary attitude issue. He only gave you attitude and called you an asshole because you were being an asshole. And that was after everything had already gotten done. So he's just lying to his superior right there. We got that on video. So that's awesome.
You for moving right now for tactical purposes.
The officer received permission to issue the actor 4 tickets, including one for driving with a suspended license.
What's up, Sarge? Oh, shit, I forgot to, Alright, you can issue him a ticket, and that's gonna be it, right? He's gonna leave the car here? Up to you, whatever you want to do. Yeah, we'll go with that, okay? You're gonna leave the car here? Okay. Yeah, he's gonna park the car here. No problem. Go across the street and get, the paperwork for the car. Okay, but he's getting 4 tickets, though. Alright, okay. Driving a registered motor vehicle, driving with an expired license, okay. Improper display, he got no front plates, and no inspection sticker. Okay. How many did you make out already? What's that? 4. You made 4? You already sent them in? Not yet. Yes? No. Can you bring it down to 2? Nah.
So he's going to give him the 4 tickets, right? No registration, no inspection sticker, which is like not applicable to the state of California, but other states are going to have that. And then no front plate and no driver's license, expired driver's license. And to hear his sergeant, he's like, "Can you take it down to 2?" He's like, "No, I can't. I already sent it off." This guy needs to understand that I mean business, and he is going to do whatever I say, and I'm going to give him as many tickets as humanly possible. So when you, as a cop, I'm just going to let you guys know, when you jack up a whole list of citations like that, the only reason this guy's doing this is because he didn't get his way, right? His sergeant told him that he's not allowed to tow the vehicle. So he's like, fuck, I didn't get my way. I can't do what I want. What's the other tantrum mode I can go to? I'm just going to file off a list of tickets. Traditionally, I don't have an issue with doing something like that. Again, if you pull somebody over and they're just a dick right out of the gate for no reason, which happens, it does happen, just because some people don't like cops, and they are going to treat all cops the same, just like some cops will treat everybody they pull over the same as automatic criminals, right? It can go both ways with this. And some people might say, "Oh, Trent, you can't give people more tickets just because they're mean to you. That's not professional and unbiased and all that." Dude, grow up. Like that's just the state of things, man. Like why are you going to, again, cut anybody any leeway or discretion if they're automatically just giving you shit for no reason? Now, if you have an attitude as a cop right off the bat and they give it to you back, that's justified on their end. But yeah, you got someone that's cussing you out right when you just stop them. "Hey, how's it going? My name's Trent. I pulled you over for this." You'll, "Fuck you, bitch. What the fuck? Fuck you, you white fuck. You Aryan Brotherhood prison looking motherfucker. Why are you in the uniform? You're not a real cop," right? But like, yeah, I'm going to give you 4 tickets, bro. Like, what do you mean? Of course. But that being said, Ice-T didn't do that. You know what I mean? He got out of the car after this cop was a dick and told him he was being an asshole, because he's being an asshole. And he's also a liar. He lied to his supervisor saying, "I was going to let him park the car and I was just going to give him a ticket." Nope. That's not true. That's not true, bro. It's being recorded. Yeah. Review your own footage. You know what I mean?
Sorry. Okay. All right. No, it's up to you, bro. I can't talk. Okay. All right. All right.
I can't tell him as a sergeant what to do. Okay? I can guide him and I can make a recommendation. He's going to give you 4 tickets. Okay? I asked him not to give you the 4 tickets, but he could bring it down to 2. He said, no, he's giving you the 4 tickets.
What are the 4 tickets?
He says you have no front plate, no inspection sticker, no registration, and your driver's license is expired.
Okay. All right.
All right?
That's all it's on here.
I did, yeah, I did.
Okay. All right.
So I know if you want to come with me or...
Yeah. Okay. So they know that that you're not going to get the tow and that you're going to...
Yeah, I'm 11 right now.
Okay. At some point, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if he told you, but everything's being recorded on these body cameras, so... Okay.
So, as for my sergeant, we're not going to tow your vehicle, but you're receiving summonses. Here's your keys. Here's your paperwork, driver's license, everything you gave me. You're receiving a ticket for no front plates.
Where's all the other paperwork?
It's in there. Everything you gave me. It's in the vehicle. You have no inspection, driving expired registration, and driving with expired license.
You're, like I said, you're going to leave the car here and just go to DMV.
I'm walking DMV and handle this.
So, but you do know your registration is expired and your license too. Right?
That's what I'm going for.
Okay, I'm just letting you know that I didn't know if you just knew your registration was expired. You got both.
I got everything.
Okay, all right. Yeah. All right?
All right, no, I'm good.
All right, you told
Just
him
the way he treated me, I was going to park the vehicle, no tickets issued, but just next time show some respect. That's all I got to say.
I don't have to.
All right, let's
Okay, all right.
This the cop just lied again. He's like, I was going to let you park the car. I wasn't going to give you any tickets. Dude, what world are you living in, New Jersey deputy? Like, what is wrong with you? You're lying on camera to the guy that you pulled over, and then you're also, you're lying to your supervisor about what you were going to do. No. And also show respect. He was totally respectful. IC was totally respectful. He was totally fine. Him saying, like, come on, man, you're not going to tow my car. That's not disrespectful. That's him basically stating that he knows this is ridiculous. This is over the top. This is too much. You don't need to tow the car if it's in a parking lot, man. Generally speaking, when we're going to tow a car, someone's actually going to jail. We have nobody to turn the car over to. It's not parked in a safe area because as cops, we're going to take some sort of liability should something happen to the vehicle. If it's just on some rant in the middle of the road or on the side of a major highway or something like that, where something's likely to happen to it, like traditionally you're going to get towed. Also, when you're towing vehicles, a portion of those monies, like the police department that I worked at after the sheriff's office. So when guys would tow cars, the person who had their car towed would have to come into the police department to pay a fee, to pay a fine to get their car returned to them, or part of the towing code for that. So a portion of those monies goes to the city, and so that's why I've done a video in the past about quotas, ticket quotas. They are a real thing. Please stop letting these cops tell you that the quotas do not exist. They exist. I'm telling you, just because the word quota is not in the policy or whatever somewhere doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. There's another term for it: failure to perform your duties, your job function, right? That falls under your job function. So when you're getting written reprimand, verbal reprimand, any type of reprimand at all from your supervisor for not performing, not issuing citations, why are you not out there cutting tickets? Guess what that's called, everybody? That's called a quota. So when all these dudes at the end of the month are out there on the highway, these cops cranking out tickets left and right, or maximum enforcement, that's a different story, but that exists. When I go into the CHP substations and there's a whiteboard with tally marks and the CHP officers' names, like next to who the highway patrol guys, right? Who has the most seatbelt tickets, who has the most no front plate, whatever. And these guys, that would get in trouble from their supervisors if they were not out there cutting citations. That's your job function, traffic enforcement. That's why it's kind of weird that this deputy's out here doing that. But then, like I said, some cops like to do it, because it's part of their main function. And it generates money like registration does, right, for the state. So like for the state of California, that a portion of those monies goes to the state, and you're basically instructed to do so by your command staff. That's a quota. You know what I mean? But others, they will take it upon themselves to do these various things because they got bullied in high school and they perceive somebody to be giving them some sort of attitude, which doesn't exist here at all. And this is the end result, right? You get 4 tickets when it's not necessary, man. Dude, just tell the dude to park the car. I'm going to leave. Like the car's here, you can't drive it. Go to the DMV, get all your stuff done, come back or whatever, but I'm going to bounce. You've been cool this whole time. You know what I mean? Like, and leave it at that. Why do you got to do all this extra work? See, and this is why cops get a bad rep. Do you think that was a positive interaction overall? No, of course not. And if Ice-T was in the wrong here in terms of his attitude, I'd be the first one to say it. In my opinion, again, all this is my opinion. I don't think that there was anything wrong with how Ice-T handled that situation. But you're going to start it off like that, man. I mean, I give this cop like a solid he could have been worse too. I give him like a D, like an A to F scale. I give him a D on his personability and his ability to interact with people in the general public. And also to kind of go to the cop's credit. I mean, Ice-T is old enough to know better, right? If we're going to talk about the severity of this crime, right? Like in terms of you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. Well, yeah, I mean, and he could have easily gotten a ride to the DMV, right? Or had his driver take him there. He could have done that. So I can understand from the cop's perspective. And I think that just to be like a devil's advocate here, just for that side of things too, if Ice-T would have maybe acknowledged that a little more, like instead of trying to downplay it altogether, just like, I know I'm not supposed to be driving, man. I'm sorry. I fucked up. I apologize or whatever the case is. I'm not making excuses for the cop's behavior at all. Still totally unacceptable. Like the fact that he had an attitude pretty much right out the gate. He was very robotic in his approach to Ice-T's vehicle up front. I didn't really like that. It should have been, in my opinion, just better. And it wasn't that. But again, Ice-T, you should know better, man. You know what I mean? Again, not into the world crimes here, but like I said, I like to kind of go back and forth on both sides of things, not making any excuses for anything that's going on here though. And also somebody of that level of fame too, you shouldn't have to, like, you're not going to treat them any different. They're just another person, but it should go into your head a little tiny bit. Okay, so this isn't just a normal person. So how's this going to reflect on my agency if I'm doing things that I shouldn't be doing? You're not talking to some just random tweaker that's giving you shit, right? You're talking to somebody that's a celebrity. So that will, regardless of how anybody in the public feels about it, that's going to have more of an impact than some random homeless dude, right? That you're talking to, you know what I mean? That has no pull, that nobody knows them. And look at, everyone's doing videos on this right now on YouTube. That's why I thought that I would just chime in too. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. That cop, dude, you suck. I don't know what to tell you. And hopefully you got some sort of talking to by your sergeant. I guarantee you he did after this. Like, what were you thinking? And you can tell his sergeant was trying to be cool with them on scene and like trying to get him to talk. He even told Ice-T, dude, I tried to get him to take it to 2 tickets and he just wasn't having it. Right. And hopefully his supervisor sees that he lied to his face. That'd be good. And then how are you going to be able to trust this guy in court, this cop in court, if he's lying to his supervisor, lying to the guy that he pulled over, which, is on a lower end of things, but like you're lying to your supervisor about a basic traffic enforcement stop and what the suspect in this said to you and what you said to him. What else are you going to be lying about? That's a slippery slope. So, and like we said in law enforcement, if you lie, you die, as in your career is done, but not always the case. See you guys in the next one. Take care.
Trying to protect your